The president's campaign to get Congress to approve the Trans-Pacific Partnership, TPP, is obviously in need of help. So President Obama gathered several former secretaries of state and national security advisors to a White House confab to get their assistance. The invitees to the White House included Henry Kissinger, James A. Baker III, Madeleine K. Albright, Colin Powell, Brent Scowcroft, Stephen J. Hadley, and William S. Cohen. There were others of course, but we named these 7 because they were members of the New York-based Council on Foreign Relations. Expecting these CFR members to warn of the danger to our nation's sovereignty posed by the TPP is akin to expecting the sun to rise in the west. In 1974, CFR veteran Richard N. Gardner wrote an article for the CFR's flagship journal Foreign Affairs. Entitled The Hard Road to World Order, Gardner boldly noted there would be difficulty getting the United States into instant world government because there would be objections from those who favor national sovereignty. So in his goal seeking a house of world order, by which he meant having the United Nations run the planet, he said it would have to be done via an end run around national sovereignty, eroding it piece by piece. He stated that this method would, in the long run, accomplish much more than seeking instant world government. Lest there be any doubt what about he was proposing, Gardner recommended an incremental slide into world government. His article proposed, in short, the case-by-case approach can produce some remarkable concessions of sovereignty that could not be achieved on an across-the-board basis. Calling his goal interdependence, he wrote that it would lead nations to abandon unilateral decision-making in favor of multilateral processes. This is precisely the route toward the long-standing goal that has been carried out by a succession of U.S. leaders for decades. America will be persuaded to give up its sovereignty piecemeal via trade agreements, military alliances, environmental pacts, banking agreements with the IMF and World Bank, and more. Years later, in the spring of 1988, Gardner repeated his call for an end to U.S. independence with another Foreign Affairs article entitled The Case for Practical Internationalism. It included urging the next president to convince the American people that strengthening international institutions was in the national interests of the United States. The next president happened to be George H.W. Bush, who repeatedly called for a new world order and always included with it a need to strengthen the United Nations. The individuals named above are aware of the CFR's plan. They are globalists who have made war on America's hard-won independence, and they will continue to do so. That is why President Obama sought their assistance in getting the TPP approved by Congress. The TPP's text has now been published. It calls for a commission to oversee all of the projected activity among the 12 TPP member states that would dominate if formally created. This is precisely how the European Union has been constructed, and its member states are now more subservient to the EU Commission than they are independent nations. And the EU is already subservient to the United Nations. Our nation's independence will be severely impacted if Congress approves this pact. It is another step along the hard road to world order so boldly recommended by the CFR 40-plus years ago. The above-named CFR members will not advise the president to scrap his plan to have the sovereignty-canceling TPP rejected. That will be up to Congress and the American people.